Alright, so this is part 3 of Unit 7 review. We are on question 30. Find the measurement of angle B, which is right here. We already have 2 of the interior angles. I know that the sum of the interior angles is 180, so I simply subtract the other 2 from 180, and I get 70 degrees equals the measurement of angle B. 31. XY is a perpendicular bisector. What do we know about perpendicular bisectors? Well, they create a 90-degree angle, which is right there, and they bisect the side. So this is going to be congruent to this segment. Now it also says that the measurement of angle BXY is 7x plus 41. That's this angle right here because it's in the corner. We need to find x. Well, I know this is 90 degrees. This is also 90 degrees because it's a perpendicular bisector. Not to mention that they're supplementary, so if this is 90, that has to be 90 as well. So therefore, I can just say 90 equals 7x plus 41 and solve for x. So subtract 41 from both sides. 49 equals 7x. Divide both sides by 7, and I get 7 equals x. Change to a black pen. Alright, number 32. UZ, right here, is a median. What do medians tell us? They go through the vertex, and they bisect a side. So I know that ZT is going to be congruent to ZV. ZT equals ZV. ZT is 4x, and VT, this whole segment right here, is 2x plus 18. What is the length of VZ? Well, first of all, if ZT is 4x, then I also know that VZ is 4x. But I want the actual numerical value of the length of VZ. So now I need to set up an equation to solve for x to be able to figure out how long VZ is. Well, I know that this is 4x and that is 4x, so if I add those together, I'm going to equal 2x plus 18. 4x plus 4x equals 2x plus 18. So I combine like terms. 4x plus 4x is 8x equals 2x plus 18. I subtract 2x from both sides. 6x equals 18. Divide both sides by 6. X equals 3. Now I have the value of x. I can plug it into my VZ. So I know that 4 times x equals VZ. I know what x is now, so it's 4 times 3 equals VZ. Therefore, 12 equals VZ. Alright, number 33. Oops. Find the value of x. Okay, so here I see that this angle is congruent to that angle. And these, to me, look like base angles, so I know that this is going to be an isosceles triangle, so this side has to be congruent to that side. I know that this side is 5x, and this side is 7x minus 6. They have to be congruent. Therefore, 5x equals 7x minus 6. And I solve for x. So I'm going to get my x's on the same side. So minus 7x. I get negative 2x equals negative 6. Don't drop your negative. And I divide both sides by negative 2. And I get x equals 3. 34. Find the measurement of angle BDA. Well, first of all, I need to figure out where BDA is. B to D to A is right here. Then I can look. I know that the measurement of angle B is 32. If you look at this triangle right here, you can see that these two sides are congruent. Therefore, it's an isosceles triangle, so if this angle is 32, this angle is also 32. Now I have two of my interior angles, and I just take 180 and subtract those from it. So 180 minus 32 minus 32. This is 64. 180 minus 64 is 116 degrees equals the measurement of angle BDA. Number 35. Based on the information given in the diagram below, AD is what type of special line? Well, I see that it goes through the vertex, and it also creates a 90-degree angle. Of our special lines, this has to be an altitude. 36. As shown in the diagram, XQ is the median, based on the information which is always true. QR equals QP. So this line is congruent to that line, equals that line. Just because we know that this is a median, we do not know that those are equal. RX equals PX. Well, medians bisect this segment, therefore RX does have to be congruent to PX. So B definitely has to be true. C, angle QXR equals angle QXP. Again, it's a median. We don't actually know those to be equal. Or angle R equals angle P. Medians don't tell us, so the answer is just B. 37. AD is which of the following? A, an altitude. Well, altitudes create a 90-degree angle. This doesn't say anything about 90-degree angles. Median. Medians go through the vertex and bisect the side, so yes, it is a median. Perpendicular bisector. There's nothing perpendicular about this. Angle bisector. We don't know anything about these angles, so the answer is just B. 38. Which of the following is not true? The sum of interior angles is 180 degrees in triangles. This is true, so that cannot be our answer. B, exterior angles are equal to the sum of remote interior angles. This is also true. That's the exterior sum theorem. All altitudes are perpendicular to a side and bisect a side. Well, all altitudes are perpendicular to a side, but do they all bisect a side? No, so this is not true. D, all medians bisect a side. This is true, so that can't be our answer, so C is our answer. 39. In triangle ADC, the measurement of angle D is 90 degrees. AD is perpendicular to DC. Well, yeah, that's what that means. And B is the midpoint of DC. Well, midpoint, we know that this is going to be congruent to that. What type of line segment is AB? Well, AB doesn't actually have anything to do with this 90 degrees. So the only thing that's dealing with AB is that this segment is congruent to that segment, and we know it goes through the vertex, so therefore it has to be a median. In triangle ABC, AD equals DB, so I'm just labeling these. What type of line segment is ED? Well, altitudes and medians and angle bisectors all go through a vertex. This line is not going through a vertex. So a special line is going to be the perpendicular bisector. It is perpendicular and it does bisect this line. 41. Angle 1, right here, is 2x plus 40. Angle 2 is 12x. What is the value of x? Well, this type of triangle is an isosceles triangle because this side is congruent to that side. We also know that this line, AN, is an altitude. But in an isosceles triangle, all altitudes are the same as medians. Therefore, well, and we also know that they're the same as angle bisectors. So therefore, angle 1 has to be equal to angle 2. So I know that 2x plus 40 equals 12x, and I can solve for x. So minus 2x from both sides, 40 equals 10x divided by 10, and 4 equals x. In ABC, AN is what type or types of special line? Well, what type of triangle is this? This is an isosceles triangle, so you need to be aware of that. This special line goes through the vertex and creates a perpendicular. It is perpendicular to the side, therefore it creates a 90-degree angle. So I know that's an altitude. However, it is also a median, because we know that in an isosceles triangle, medians are the same as altitudes. And therefore we know that this side is congruent to that side. Well, perpendicular bisectors, it is in fact perpendicular and bisects. And angle bisectors in an isosceles triangle, we also know that these are congruent. Therefore, AN is all 4 of these. It's an altitude, median, perpendicular bisector, and angle bisector. And that is your review for Unit 7.